Good morning. It is the third day that we're here. Today is Saturday. It is also my birthday, and we are a little bit of late start. It is actually, I woke up at 5:30 because there were birds out already, and it was really pretty. So yeah, I already took some sunrise photos, but yeah, we had a little bit of juice in our Airbnb, so we had that, and then we also had a little bit of leftover pastry, and so now things are starting to open up. We are going to get some more juice because we are kind of really liking it. It's the Kauai Juice Co, and they have 3 locations on Kauai. Also, our host has invited us, which we already actually planned, to go to the farmer's market today. It's only on Saturdays. I believe on their website also said Wednesday, I'm not sure, but on Saturdays. She actually has a tent there, so I'm interested to see what jewelry pieces she has. I'll try to show you if I can snap a few photos, but yeah, right now we're driving to get some juice. I will need to get my Starbucks birthday drink as well. If you have the rewards, you'll know that on your birthday you get a free drink. So yeah, well, the weather looks good today. It is, I mean, it's still too early to tell, I guess. It's not that early. It's already almost 9 o'clock, but yeah, looks like a beautiful day. All right, we just stopped by Trilogy after getting some juice and they had a cortado. So I've got a cortado here with whole milk and also a little cake. It was somewhat vegan. So this place has a lot of vegan stuff. This was one of the items, and it was rose white chocolate cake. See if it's good. So we are now at the Princeville Farmer's Market. Turns out there are a bajillion farmers market everywhere. Every little location has its own farmers market, and it's all on Saturdays from 9:30 to 12:30. So we're gonna have to pick and choose. But yeah, we're gonna check out this one first and then go to the Hanalei one if we could find parking. Oh, is this a park? So we just went to one of the farmers market and got this Kauai juice, hand squeezed. It's so good. It's actually really hot right now. Actually, it's not really that hot, but it's 80 degrees, but I got really hot, and this was like so thirst quenching. But yeah, we're gonna head off to another farmer's market and then maybe grab some coffee and then head to rum tasting. And since it's my birthday, we redeemed the largest frap size possible. I got the mocha cookie crumble. This is a coconut tree farm. So we're now driving towards Poipu Beach, where we'll grab some poke again first. It's a new poke place, so we'll have to compare. Right now, our favorite has been Pono Market. So we're now driving through the tree tunnel again to get to the Koloa Fish Market and then Poipu Beach. Very cool. We just grabbed some fish from the Koloa Fish Market. There's a nice parking in the back. So we're gonna take this and go to the Poipu Beach. Look how tall those trees are. To Poipu Beach. Hopefully we can see some sea turtles and monk seals. So this ahi tuna, actually everywhere on Kauai, is so good, so tender, so buttery that it's like the consistency of salmon, but it's ahi. Crazy. So we're at Poipu Beach and there's a monk seal. Isn't that cool? It's flipping around. Hello. Oh my god. He's looking for his friend. Oh. Hello everyone, we are done with Poipu Beach. Driving through this tree tunnel to go to the rum tasting now. So yeah, we saw monk seals and sea turtles, woohoo! So we are driving into the area of the Koloa Rum tasting. It is also where the Gaylord mansion is, right up front. I'm not quite sure, I didn't read too much about this, but I guess that's another attraction where there's a restaurant and lounge. Looks cute. And then, yeah, I think the rum safari, rum safari is right here. So let's see what we can try. We missed the tasting because they were full, and we went next door to Gaylords, and we're now trying their flight here, which has 3 that we were interested in: the coffee, cocoa, and the reserve. So yeah,
maybe the other way around.
Hello, so I have changed because we are going to dinner at Red Salt, and so what's gonna happen is I think we get to see the sunset, I think, but we will see. We're only about 2 minutes away, so hopefully that's in time for the sunset. I think the sunset is around like 7:15, so I think we should be right on time. I will probably leave the camera in the car, so I'll be on my phone instead, but we'll see how noisy it is there. Excited! Oh, there is Red Salt. Nathan says this is amazing, so we'll see. Good morning. Guess where we're getting some food. Holey Grail donuts. It is so good. This is like hot and steamy. And this one is just regular. It's honey sea salt. Oh, this is easy. So right now we're walking to the beach. This section is paved, so that's why it's such a nice walk. But look how pretty. So we're at the Key Beach Lookout, half a mile up from the start. So pretty. the beach, which we're gonna walk down on. I think we're maybe only 5-ish minutes away. Look how pretty it is. Very clear. So yeah, we're gonna walk maybe 5-10 minutes down and then yeah, have some lunch. So we made it across the stream and it's really pretty here. It's shaded and let me see if I could turn it around. And on this side you can see the beach. It's right in front of us. They say to be careful because even though there's kind of low tide, it could kind of come in and sweep you away. But yeah, there's also it looks like there's a little cave over there. I'm not sure. We're hoping to go to the waterfall because we finished this part a little faster than expected. And we feel pretty good. So we might do the waterfall, but we'll see. I think there's a time capsule in here. We're about 30 minutes into the waterfall hike, and this is one of the first crossings. These crossings can swell up randomly, so you have to be careful. Right now, it's actually not too bad, but if it does swell up, you're not supposed to cross. So now we're just kind of hanging out. Nathan's cooling off. Alright, so there's another sign to tell us to be careful as we cross over to that side. So after getting lost a couple times, we finally found the falls. There's a sign right there that tells you don't cross here if it's too high because the river can swell. And then you're back on this side and you have to walk through here. So we're on our way back. This is the first, I guess, crossing. We just crossed that river, very dangerous. But before each river, they do have a little sign that says don't walk if it's flooded. But yep, we're making good time on the way back because we didn't get lost this time. Okay, so we made it back to the entrance of the waterfall hike. There are bathrooms here before there's also an emergency helicopter landing pad, but yeah, we've made it out and I don't know what the time is. Let's see. It is 3:14. We started at 2:30 or 2 o'clock. So it took us about an hour and 15 minutes to do this one, which it normally would take 4-hour round trip. So we did it really fast. It's really hot. You can see my face. And then this next part I think is going to be fairly easy. There's like an actual like trail, and it took us 1 hour and 15 on the way here. My guess is it's probably going to take the same, if not just an hour. So we were going really fast, and normally that would take 2 hours, or 1 hour and a half, I think they said. So once Nathan comes out of the bathroom, we can make the next leg of the trip. Yeah, hopefully we can get back to Poipu in good time so that we can grab some dinner. We made it! Hey, we survived. We came back from the Kalalau Trail hike. We were aiming to do the beach. Excuse me, I just showered, so I'm a little messy, but I'm so tired. We're so tired. We were just planning to do the hike to Hanakapi'ai beach, but it turns out that once we got there, we felt pretty good. So then we're like, okay, let's try to like maybe venture off into the falls. Now the falls is double the length of what it was from Ki'i Beach, which is where the trail starts, to the Hanakapiai beach. So it was pretty intense the second half, but we're like, we feel really good. So it was pretty good. It was a lot more muddy, and there's not really clear signs. There are signs I will, you know, point out that occasionally would tell you like before you cross the river, so you know where you're supposed to cross. But other than that, there's not really clear paths or anything. And we also found it a bit difficult to, I mean, it's very muddy and it is not really the same terrain. And yeah, so, but that didn't bother us. Where we really got freaked out was when we couldn't figure out the path, and we wandered into this like forest where it's like, okay, this is clearly not the path anymore, and we didn't know how to get back, because then we kind of lost our way. This is from the Kauai Juice Company, by the way. It's really good. We already went to like 2 locations, but yeah, we got lost, and then we freaked out a little bit because we haven't seen anybody pass. So then we're like, okay, maybe we just backtrack. We couldn't find the way that we backtracked. So Nathan even tried to yelling like hi to somebody. Eventually we tried to like get back to like the river, which is kind of where we were when we crossed. It still wasn't the same location, but we saw enough, like we heard some people. We walked towards that river, and then we popped out into the trail where they were, and they were like, yeah, we're going to the falls. I was like, okay, cool, because we got lost. So then from there on, we were, you know, following another group, but that group also was starting to go across the river when they're not supposed to, and so we had to backtrack again. It was fine because we eventually found our way. We found that we should not go towards the river because it always seems like the way, but until you get to like the actual cross point when there's a sign. So note to anybody that may be attempting this. But all in all, I think it wasn't too bad. Our hike from the beginning to the Hanakapi'ai beach is maybe about an hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes. They generally say to estimate maybe, you know, 2 hours there and 2 hours back. We can do it in a lot faster, but we were also like moving very quickly. So it's doable in like an hour's time. Yeah, and then we ate lunch there. We explored the beach a little bit, and then we headed off up to the waterfall. Now the waterfall isn't exactly easy, like I said, but we were able to, on the way back, since we know where we were going and we can move pretty quickly, we were able to do it with like 1 hour and 15 minutes, which means if we didn't get lost on the way there, we got lost, so we took about 2 hours. But if we didn't get lost, we could have done it on probably 1 hour and 15, 1 hour 30. And they say to estimate about 2 hours there and then 2 hours back. So all in all, it's it should be 8 to 9 mile round trip to the waterfall. And so you should aim for like 5 to 6 hours. We were able to do it in less. Obviously that doesn't account for, you know, eating time. It doesn't count for photo time. It doesn't count for like swimming at the falls. It was beautiful. This fall is one of the prettiest falls I've seen, and I've seen a lot of waterfalls. So we've seen some in, you know, Mammoth, we've seen a lot in Iceland, but this one was top notch because you could be right there, you're right underneath, you can swim to the falls, the water is great. It's just a very difficult hike, and in terms of difficulty, I think this one probably takes it home because given the amount of time, it is a very difficult, not only in endurance but also like methodical. So you have to know where to step, you have to know where to go, it's not clear. And the terrain's also very difficult. For us, we did Machu Picchu, and that was difficult in endurance because it was a multi-day thing. But in general, it was fairly like doable during the day. Like they plan it for you, and there's also somebody, so you'll never really get lost. Whereas here we did get lost and we freaked out a little bit. So just make sure, like, if you're not familiar, we also took a photo of the map because there's no Wi-Fi, and I also downloaded the map, so I was able to see where we were, but it still wasn't clear sometimes when you should cross and when you shouldn't. But I will put up signs and try to help you out, like, and show you what the terrain looks like. It's definitely not an easy hike, and we found that by experience as well. So anyway, we're back now. We're gonna eat some dinner, relax. I just showered, so I feel real good. But we have to pack and we're heading out tomorrow. So yeah, I wouldn't say this was a relaxing trip for sure. All of my trips never end up being a relaxing trip, but we definitely saw a lot and it was very pretty, and I'm really glad we attempted the waterfalls. Yeah, just so in case anyone was interested, it is very doable. We took the 8:30 park and ride shuttle from Poipu, and then we got to Kei Beach around 9 o'clock. So it is quite doable to do a whole day thing and then come back in with the waterfall. And a lot of time for getting lost, so it is quite doable, but do be prepared and wear good shoes. We had water hiking shoes, and that seemed to work well, especially with the mud, with the river crossings and all that. We also picked up hiking sticks at the beginning, which was like, it was so helpful. So okay, we're gonna eat now. I'll fill you in maybe a little bit later, but yeah, gonna miss it because today's our last night, but mission accomplished. How gorgeous it is. What a beautiful night. Today is like the best weather. Let's check out this bridge. There was a kitty cat, but it ran away. Whoa, that's so cool. So our lanai is a little hot right now, and we're also drying our shoes so that we can pack it up. So instead, we're gonna just have breakfast here. Leftover, what is it, pretzel bread sticks and red salt butter. Okay, so we have left our Airbnb now. We packed up and we went to this lookout point, which is very cool. I don't know if you can see. It's very pretty. It's actually really, really bright, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's a very clear day too, so we are going to grab a few things on the way out, including juice and yeah, poke. Yep. But wanted to stop by here first because we saw this lookout point and So we couldn't leave without getting another Kauai Juice. And this one's called Hot Girl Summer. It just came out today. It has watermelon, soursop, and lime. So yep, one for the road. And I liked their juice so much, I got a t-shirt. Cute. Some of the best ahi I've had is actually on Kauai, so we couldn't leave without grabbing some for takeaway at Konohiki Seafoods. Let's see how this one compares to the other ones. So we got their churrashu bowl, which has, it looks like mussels, scallops, salmon, and ahi with some topika, and then a poke ahi shoyu on the side. So we just dropped off our bag, but we have our carry-on now after agriculture. Agriculture for check baggage has to happen first, then you drop off your bag. But these carry-ons are going to be later on. After TSA, they'll check it for agricultural clearance. So we boarded, even though I hit a snag because I put my ID in the checked bag. But we grabbed it before they put it away. So yeah, now we're on the plane. We have our churrashu bowl for lunch in a little bit, and just waiting to board. Nathan's trying to download the app so he can watch stuff, but
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Auckland. The local time here is approximately 9:19 p.m.